Hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. Today I'm excited because I'm going to talk about Superman, and I've been a Superman fan since I'm a little kid and a teenager, Today we're going to discuss the look of the new Superman movie, discuss its characteristics, and also try to emulate the look of one of its scenes and talk about that. It's going to be fun. When I was a teenager and a kid, I was watching that series, which is called Lois and Clark. I don't know if you youngsters know that. People in their early 20s, I would say, right? Do you know about that? I'd be curious to know in the comments. But that was fun. I was eager to, get back from school and see that. It was so thrilling. Loved it. And came along later a show called Smallville, a TV series called Smallville, and it was when I was in high school, and it lasted for many years. It was really, really cool. Loved it. And today we've got the new Superman movie, and it seems to look absolutely gorgeous from the trailer that I've seen. I am sorry, but I haven't made the time to see it at the movies. I've been, perhaps you're going to blame me for it, but I've spent time outdoors enjoying sunlight. It's summertime, I'm sure that you can understand and relate to what I'm saying. But the trailer looks pretty cool, and I have grabbed some stills from the trailer and from the behind the scenes, and we're gonna look at that. So what I can see from the get-go looking at these images, and these are extracted from the trailer, what jumps out to me is, obviously it's quite a contrasty look. It's dense, the colors have some richness about them. Like if you look at the greens, the blues, the reds as well. There's definitely some like filmy essence to this look. And so the cyan blacks, blacks are tinted, obviously. Like if you look at his hair, and I'm going to take a look at the scopes. So, and let's turn the parade to black and white. So you see that there's definitely a fair amount of cyan in the blacks. So there's that. There is warmth in the whites. Here as well, like if you look at his hair, look at that. Look at the amount of cyan in his hair right here. You can see that in the parade as well. It's really, really, really pushed. So the blacks are definitely tinted cyan. So that is a characteristic of this look, apart from like the contrast that we've got, the richness of its colors. Like the reds, for example, don't really go nuclear or like highly saturated. There is some density about the reds that is very filmy. There's some density in the greens as well, and they go cool, which is quite filmy as well. So there's that. And if we look at the highlights, well, they're quite warm. Like the cap of that person in the background, like in the highlights, we can definitely see some warmth. I can also notice that, look at that person on the right. We've got some coolness in the skin tones here. Look at the hands here. It seems that there's like a cooling vignette. So imagine a window in the frame, right? Like a vignette, which is like cooling the edges of the frame. And more on this later. We're gonna have a look at that right now. Now if we look at these frames in the snow, like in that scene, right? I can see there's probably a window here that is pushing some cool into the image right here. So like if I have a grad window here, right, we can imagine that there is some kind of a shape like that which is pushing cool here, and there is warmth in the upper part of the frame here. So we have this sort of like cool, warm complement. And let's have a look at the next still. And this is especially what I'd like to show you today. And if I have a look at the behind the scenes, look, I mean, that is an image from the behind the scenes, and this one as well. What actually strikes me when I compare both, you see that the edges of the frame are, obviously there is a vignette, so the edges of the frame are darker than the center frame, but it's also cooler. So there's definitely an element of, okay, cool was pushed in the grade in order to create that warm, cool complement and lead the eye towards the center of the frame. And I'm a big fan of that, like cooling vignette. I think it looks pretty cool. So I want to take a look at this shot, and what I'm interested in today to analyze with you is what elements of this reference frame can we borrow to make this behind the scenes shot look more like this one. All right, so let's have a look. So what I can see from the get-go is definitely the contrast. Here it looks quite digital and pingy. So let's try and actually tame it down in order to have something a bit softer. So let's go about it. I'm going to label this node contrast. And I'm going to lower my contrast and play with it until I reach a point where it's looking, you know, roughly like in the ballpark, okay? So that's before, that's after. All right, so that's contrast. So let's now look at what we are missing. And I want to try and push a little bit of cool into my shadows and the blacks and see what happens. So I'm going to create another node. And I'm going to grab my RGB curves. I'm a big fan of curves. And I'm going to place a point about right here, another one up here to lock the upper portion. And I'm going to push some cyan into my image, into the shadows, and see what it's doing for us here. So there is a couple things that are happening now. So my blacks, and when I look at his hair, it's being tinted the way that I'd like. So cyan here, okay, before, after. There's some pollution in the skin tones that we would like to avoid, obviously. So let's look at that in a moment. But there's also the blues of his suit that is like leaning a bit more cyan as well, which is a bit closer to what's happening in the reference, okay? And when I'm doing that, we can see that the reds, for example, they're like losing their vibrancy and their strength. When I look at the trunks, when I look at the boots, when I look at the cloak, you know, we can see that the reds are really taking a hit with that move. So what I'm going to do is to protect the reds from that adjustment. And I'm going to do that with a chroma key. So if you are not subscribed yet to my Instagram account, you are missing out, because I am now posting breakdowns of some of my past professional projects there and other stuff. So feel free to have a look and hit the follow button. I'll see you there. I'm going to go into my qualifier and I'm going to play with the hue, and basically I want to isolate the reds. So here I'm actually masking out the reds. Okay, obviously it's like an 8-bit compressed image, but you get the idea, basically. So, and I'm going to invert the selection. So here's my selection. I want to not affect the reds. I want to affect everything else but the reds. So I'm going to click right here to invert the mask. All right, there you go. And now, so that's before, that's after. Before, after. Hey, I'm actually liking what's happening right now. Okay. And looking at the other references, I think I want to also exclude the skin tones from that cooling operation. So I'm going to go back into my qualifier, and I want to, again, I'm going to invert it, and I'd like to include the skin tones into my selection. So I'm going to broaden it, okay, and I want to include what's warm. All right, okay, and let's invert it again. So I don't exactly know if this is what really happening in the look, but it's working for us here. When I look at, for example, the reds, we can see that they're dense, so they are dark. So they should catch a lot of what is happening in the darks and the shadows of the other references that we've got here. And they're quite protected, I think. So that could be what's happening here, right? I'm going to call this node split. Let's see what else is going on. All right, so I can see that the edges of the frame are knocked down and they are cool. So let's implement that kind of a vignette that we've got going on here. I'm going to create another node, and I'm going to call that vignette. Let's pop open a window, okay, and I'm going to place it roughly like around my hero right there, okay, and I'm going to soften it, and I'm going to invert it, and you can invert your window pressing right there, okay. And now I'm going to affect everything that is around that window rather than what's happening inside. If I unclick that, it's now affecting everything that's happening inside the window. So I want to affect everything that is outside. So let's pull our reference right here, and we're going to lower the exposure around, okay, that window on the outside. And I also want to cool what's happening as well outside that window, okay, something that looks a little bit like that. Now we're a little bit aggressive, so I want to soften that window even more. All right, and to make it a little bit more realistic, I'm going to try and exclude the highlights from that vignette. So I'm going to pull a qualifier, the luminance qualifier, and I'm going to like isolate the highlights. And affect everything that's outside. And I want to increase that low softness. So I'm basically saying, okay, affect everything that's outside that vignette and also exclude the highlights from what's happening. So yeah, and yeah, you know, there you go. So I think that we've got some interesting elements of what's happening in this reference, and we you know, implemented some of these in our shot. So if I go before, after. Before, after. And now with my lift gamma gain, I want to play a little bit with my rings in order to make the image feel a little bit closer in terms of like weight. And yeah. So that's where we started, and that's where we ended up. Okay? So there's still things that we could improve, and this is like 8-bit behind the scenes shot, and we're just talking about, okay, like the key characteristics of the look, what we can borrow from the references that we've seen, and yeah, can we just try and inject some of these and see where we land. And I think, you know, it's interesting to do that kind of exercise once in a while. So we've talked about the cyan blacks and shadows, how they seem not to be affecting like the reds too much, especially the saturated reds. We've talked about the vignette and how the cooling effect that vignette can have can be used interestingly for like creative purposes. I'm a big fan of that. It's quite a pushed look. It's fascinating. Love that. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know down below in the comments what you thought about it. If you've seen that movie, what you think about its look, and if you thought that this sort of like breakdown was interesting. Yeah, comment down below, leave a like, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel to not miss the future episodes, and I'll see you in the next one. Salut, prenez soin de vous.